Okay. We should be... Everything looks like it's pretty good. I'm not working. There we go. Okay. Just a matter of keeping them from going. Let's go ahead and get that company valor on us. Let's see if I can't all but guarantee that they don't miss, and then just keep them from going. We will get Hadhod back in here. Just gonna work on my ranger craft a little bit and put this mad lad to sleep if I can. This guy's stunned. And he's also dead now, so conveniences abound. It's a real shame that didn't kill him. Barathor took a little hit, but not to worry. He responded in kind. Not gonna complain. I'm not gonna run back. There's another... I thought there was a goblin really close to that chest. I must be mistaken. I'm not gonna... Aha! I knew somewhere there was some goblins that jumped us. Ow. Okay, well I really feel like first things first is just do this before anything else to give Hadhod and Elagos their best chance at landing the cripples. It's not to say, obviously, that we have the best chance, but it's the best-ish chance, I guess. I need to look at Hadhod's dexterity, because it's really feeling subpar. Want to get Fellowship Grace running for poor Hadhod. He didn't get the benefit of that last turn. And with his spirit attacks being so obnoxiously expensive. Actually, just about everything in his arsenal right now is pretty AP intense. We'll pull Barathor out because Elagos and Hadhod, pardon the voice crack there, they should be getting just about all the AP that they need to run pretty efficiently. There's our Hugh armor, so I'm going to stop using his axe craft attacks this go. I'm just going to try and get this fight over. And that means just overkill. I do love Ecthelion Wrath. I just, for sake of building your skill tree, it's horrible because it bumps how often Barathor gets to go further down in the turn order, and then on top of that, it only gives you one skill point instead of 3. There we go. Done and dusted. One thing I have begun doing, because of the way that I record the videos now, is when there are cutscenes, I actually mute myself completely so that I can't accidentally blow your eardrums out. So if you feel that a cutscene is a little too quiet for your taste and you need to turn it up, so long as the cutscene's going, for the most part, you shouldn't need to worry about your poor eardrums. It's 46. I mean, it's barely lower. His dexterity is barely lower than Barathor's. I don't know what exactly is up with with that doing poorly. Skills. That's what I need to do. I like Mountain Rage. I want Durin Wrath. Counterattack would also be handy. I'm going to get Durin Wrath. The reason being, it hits twice, which I don't really need, but it also stuns, which anything that helps Hadhod be a little bit more, is there a crate over here? A little more versatile. Would not be a complaint. There is no. Apologies for the camera flinging around everywhere. Should be a cutscene somewhere.
Goblin scum have defaced this place. My lord, I apologize. I shall avenge your honor.
A spy! He is going to warn others!
I don't want to tell the goblins how to do their job. They're obviously doing just fine. However, I'm not entirely sure I would advise taking a troll on your spy missions. Maybe it's just me. Doesn't feel like it's particularly high up there in the wisdom sheet, but what do I know? Get that company might so I can get the fellowship grace rolling. Keep crippling our troll friend, which just feels a little cruel and unusual, but put this goblin to sleep. It's not permanent, however, will help build his ranger craft tree, which I would like to do. Okay, I have done Valor, Might, and Grace. Alright, I have no need for any of the others, so let's get Idril in here. Let's do a little bit of healing. I meant to do Elaghost. I may very well flip-flop between those two pronunciations, because I don't remember. I know he introduces himself, and I'm afraid I've absolutely forgotten how he introduces himself. Just kind of turning this into a little bit of a grind fest. He's so crippled now that I can kind of start to do other stuff. I'd also like to get rid of this goblin. I think a solid goblin bane will kill him. It will. So no need to fiddle around with that. It's got crippling smash, shot, and piercing might. So weakening slash will miss. Idril. We'll blind him. Basically, I'm just beating him up. Let's be clear. I know he wants to kill us, but this feels cruel and unusual. Let's pierce the will. That means that spirit attacks will deal more damage to him. Then I'm gonna get Varathor back in here. I'm just beating him up. Shattering Strike will lower his armor values. Then I'm gonna bring... Well, I was going to use Hue Armor, but I need to cripple him to keep him from getting to go. Then we'll cripple him again, and he won't get to go again for a good long while. Now I can Hue Armor, but I'll Guardian Strike. Let's probably kill him. Oh no! Here's Flaming Fury. There we go. See the drawings of the orcs and the Great Eye all over the place. We've now defeated two of our trolls. You can actually see, if you look up here, they've got some interesting iconography of the goblins. Alright, we've got greaves. Hadhod had some pauldrons, so let's go ahead and put those on. Getting Barathor looking mighty fine. Starting to look more like a soldier of Gondor and less like a basic outcast, I think. That's looking mighty fine, too. Looking good. Stats go... Let's get the speed up a little. We're actually doing alright. It's not like he has spirit attack, so I'm not really going to work on that. His dexterity's through the roof, so let's get him a little bit more health. I think that's going to work out. Hadhod can't seem to hit the broadside of a barn, so we'll try and help him with that. I don't think we have any anti-piercing. We do not, so there's no sense with that. I believe as well I put the, just as something that happened in between videos, I put the Elfstone of Shadow Protection on Elaghost. Ardunodyne Ranger up. Not gonna lie, jumped a little. Didn't I go to the hubbub? Didn't I go to the hubbub of... Let's go ahead and get Valor, just to increase their chances of missing, mostly. I went to the bother of making sure that they had no scouts, and I'm still getting ambushed by 3 more. Maybe it's the scouts' backup? But then I felt like the... Oh, anyway. I'm overthinking it. Do me a favor and miss. Ow. Do me a favor and miss. Do me a favor and counterattack. No favors being done here. None at all. Absolutely none. We're going to endure flame, number 1, for the skill point. And number 2, because our little veteran over there does have skill-based abilities. Then we're going to stand fast. Because he has stun. Which I would very much prefer to avoid. Ah! I'm gonna work on just reducing the damage they can do. Like I said, I want to build Ranger Craft as best I can. I'd like to work on skill points the best I can. I could just cripple everything and not let them ever go, but... I'd like to build that Ranger Craft tree more than I usually do when I play personally. And they're missing a good deal. They're not missing a metric boatload, but they are missing a good deal. Lowers the foe's melee damage. We'll do that to him over there as well. Anything that reduces the amount of damage they can do. Let's get Fellowship Grace rolling. Invaluable. I can't honestly wait till we get Royal Grace because we can heal. Oh, last but not least, let's get that company resistance up for the max amount of fire resistance from our veteran. And the veteran is the one with 2 swords. The standard warrior is the one with only 1 sword. And of course the archer is the archer. Ah, ha, ha. Let's go ahead and blind the archer. We'll go to the bother of blinding everybody eventually. This is probably still it. But the best thing that you can do, there's another ability that we'll work towards with Elaghost eventually. Let's try a button. Where it's I think a Ranger Craft ability, and it's Flash Arrow. It's basically blinding arrow for the entire crew. And it's quite effective. Then you can blind everybody because they're 2 separate abilities, and then you can Company Valor And you'll see a lot of things miss. Mainly, I just really want to work on blinding. Like I said, I want to build Ranger Craft, something I'm trying to be a little bit... Oh, we got shield piercing. Trying to be... Oh, you turd. Stunning the one person still vulnerable to it. Have I blinded? I haven't. Let's go ahead and blind the veteran. Just give us the best shot at them missing. And it's working out thus far. Let's see if it works again. 2 for 2? Ow. No. Well, you know what they say about blind squirrels and all that. Okay, let us go about some healing. I'm gonna have Hadhod go about some spirit attacks. I don't recall what we're building towards, but I want to say it's Flames of Ruin, which is pretty handy. Who's lowest? Now, Idril does not have Fellowship Grace on her, but she can, as long as she has 10, she can get back a ton of it. So I'm not too concerned about her. And I lied, there's going to be one more cut. Brief little cut there, my apologies. Shield piercing lowers melee defense. I'm just gonna... Oh, that was a bowcraft. I thought that was a ranger craft. Oops. Not to worry. Even though he's vulnerable to pierce, it doesn't seem to be too detrimental. I'm just doing piercing might because it's cheap. I know it technically does not apply to this little guy. It's more so just about building some things. Alright, we're starting to get the ball rolling pretty well. I think that opening salvo of Verathor leadership abilities are proving pretty good. It says I can be over here. This must be all. Okay.
Oh! Watch out!
Do not worry.
I have you! Hurry! It's all giving way!
Gerith filleth nin. Come!
Absolutely love how Verathor just goes straight dude for a second. It's like, I got a kiss. I don't know what to do with that. We're working on Cursed Arrow. Why am I... I'm sure I had my reasons. Pinning shot, that's fine. How close are we? We're getting there in Royal Grace. We're nowhere close to Stunning Strike, but that's okay. Flames of Ruin, we're about halfway there. That's pretty good for where we are, at least in my experience of playing the game. Alright. Another fight against some goblins. I'm going to charge them head on. Not that it matters. Tried and true. Here we go. Berthor back in here. Do what we can to help Hadhod not miss this strike. But it seems to make a licks bit of difference in the long run. Half the time. Okay, let's see. I apologize. Got a pretty amusing text message. But I think if we continue the pace of using 2 to 3, doing that Company Valor, Company Might, so we deal a bit more damage, and then, that's gonna miss, I think. No, it didn't. Alright. I don't know what I'm talking about. Fellowship Grace. Because the real big thing is with Elagos, Josh, and Hadhod, really, particularly in the beginning half, is they just run out of action modes. I'm gonna get Idriel in here. Nice hits, and it did good stuff. Now we just go about exterminating some filth. Just get this ranger craft, but also make sure that he can't go. That's the preference. Oh, well, I put him permanently to sleep. That certainly was intentional. And bye. The only disappointing thing is that if Berthor happens to be the one who goes first, in like the next fight, he wouldn't be able to give like Company Valor to both parties. Company Might would be fine. I think I'm starting to hear some drums in the distance. Throw drums in the deep. I think I just overrode a save. I didn't mean to. I did. Oh well. I want to show you what we've got to deal with. Oh, what is it, down here? Oh, one more fight. Right, one more fight before we're done. There's a little altar down there that we've got to deal with. Need to get Hadhod in here because we need to endure flame. This takes any fight against these little chieftains and makes them significantly less troublesome. As we saw when we first entered Moria, these little turds are pretty, they're a bit of a bother. Can't fix that, though. Well, at least it seems the archers can't hit the broadside of a barn. Now let's go about making sure this guy can't go as often as I manage to hit him. The Company Might. Get the ball rolling, get the Fellowship Grace, but ow. I'm gonna try and whittle down the chieftain's entourage. It does mean that it'll take our dear Dunedain a second to be able to go. Let's see if I can't land the cripple. I doubt this is gonna. Oh, well, excuse me, Hadhod. My bad. Teach me to doubt you. Dodge that only by the skin of your chinny chin. Berthor could have learned a thing or two from you, though. I have a feeling that won't land. I'm gonna Stone Hewer the chieftain. I want to make sure it hits. And it hit hard. Oh, I took that like a champ. Need to get Idriel in here to get the XP from the fight. Oh, Elagos, buddy. Oh, yeah, walk that off. Yeah, you'll be alright. I should have more specifically picked my target there. Should have attacked the one that was almost dead, since they were able to go. I think the archers, they don't have high damage, but I think that they have a pretty high speed. Out of there. There's Cleansed Shadow. Definitely did not know I was that close to getting it, but good stuff. There we go. Okay, so down there is a Balrog altar, and that's going to be the whole big thing to deal with. You're going to have to trust me on that one. Is anybody vulnerable to stout? Vulnerable to stout. Vulnerable to fire. It does not look to be. I'm going to give it to Berthor, because I can. That's going to make him stout and fire. So we actually have 3 people stout to fire. Which is nice, considering that the main spirit attack that we happen to be seeing in Moria is fire. Now, if you did happen to enjoy this video, please like it. My big ol' apologies that it has been a choppy mess. And I know that there's a lot of cuts, and again, I do apologize, but hopefully you enjoyed this. And if you did, go ahead and plop a like on it. And until next time, you have a great day.